Tonight, the debate's going to be a little bit different than the first one. If you remember the first debate, there was Donald Trump acting like a raving lunatic, yelling over everybody to the point where at one point Joe Biden said, shut up, man. And if you had told me in a vacuum that one candidate has said to another candidate in a debate, shut up, man, I would say, boy, that's probably going to make that person seem a little bit unlikable. I mean, I think there's a lot of voters who are sensitive to, the impoliteness and I'm not one of those people, frankly, but I actually think that made Joe Biden more appealing. I think he was expressing the sentiments of a lot of people in this country to just tell him to shut up. And so tonight, the debate will have muted mics. And I'm not convinced this won't actually help Donald Trump. I mean, not necessarily more than Joe Biden, but I think anything that can constrain Donald Trump and keep him from acting like a lunatic is probably in his best interest at this point. However, his son is, wants to make sure that nobody's muting his dad too much.
Good morning. How's it going, guys?
We're doing well. So your dad has a big night tonight, and the campaign has said they're going to be monitoring that person that has control of the mute button. How are they going to do that?
Well, they're going to have someone in the room, and we're going to call nonsense when we see nonsense. You saw what happened in 2016 when they messed with his mic during the first Hillary debate. You see what's gone on over the last few weeks when it comes to the moderator of the second debate being a Joe Biden intern, sending DMs, but actually doing it on Twitter to never Trumpers to try to get some, a way to hit Trump, lying about it, saying that they were hacked, and then ultimately getting caught. This moderator apparently is, a big Obama administration person. I mean, you literally can't make up the nonsense. When you look at the bias that we face on a daily basis, it's literally hard to believe that we are in a free country in America. When you look at that, you look at the media.
There you go. It's hard to believe that we're in a free country when you have a microphone that can actually be muted. But they're going to have a person in there. I mean, on some level, I actually would like to see a sort of an inserted screen of what's going on in the mute room, because I think that could be actually even more entertaining than the actual debate. I mean, what's really sad about this, though, is the concept that we're going to learn anything about the position. I mean, is there any, I don't recall ever, and we used to bemoan this, ever a time where the content of the debate seems less consequential than tonight. I mean, is it just me, Brendan? My sense is everybody's just tuning in to see the attitude and the performance of the people. There's no
more spectacle than substance than ever before, you're saying? Yeah,
I mean, I don't even think that I don't even hear calls for people craving for substance, right? I mean, I think certainly in the Democratic primary, there was a sense of there were other candidates besides Joe Biden, Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren come to mind, who, and I mean, others too, Castro also comes to mind, where they were running on, a sort of programmatic message, right? We have policies and we have ideas in terms of what we should be doing for the country. Biden obviously has some, he has a platform, but he was running on, I'm a good guy and I'm going to restore some type of, I don't know, more integrity to the office and sense of values again to the country, which, I think people want, but it's not terribly substantive, right? I mean, you just go out there and show that you're a nice guy, and Donald Trump hopefully goes out there and shows everybody that he's a jerk, and then we just wrap it up. There's, and I don't know. It would have been interesting to see sort of Donald Trump having to answer the question of what do you think that we should do actually for healthcare, as opposed to, just repeating the mantra to get rid of Obamacare. But that is the nature of this era, I guess. And so people are tuning in to see if Donald Trump acts like a jerk. I think he also sort of must feel on some level like that's his only opportunity. So we'll see how he deals with the muting of the mic tonight. But here is Dan Bongino. Now, you may not know who Dan Bongino is. Certainly, even like a year ago, I didn't know. But somehow this guy, if you look at the list of the most trafficked Facebook posts in the country, Dan Bongino shows up there all the time. He used to work for the NRA's TV show. Here he was on Fox News, Sean Hannity, giving Donald Trump some advice on what he should talk about, because there's really apparently nothing else that Donald Trump can talk about.
Is demanding, and you got 6 hours to do it.
Yeah, this story is super damaging, Sean. Everybody knows what it's like, sadly, to have someone abuse their power for cold, hard cash. Someone knows someone or heard of someone who's done, not on the scale the Biden crime family did it. But that's a story that pretty much ticks off everyone. That's why the left, by the way, and the media are like, President Trump should stay away from it. That's a signal that he should definitely focus on it. But President Trump should do a couple things tomorrow. And I'm not kidding. I'm not saying this in jest. He should bring the FBI receipt with him of copy that they gave to the computer store owner. And he should read out the case number, Sean, because the case number is 272D. 272 is the FBI three-letter designation for money laundering. D means transnational. And then BA is short for the Baltimore field office. And he should ask him, he should say, why would your son be involved in a money laundering investigation? Does that have anything to do with the big guy? Does that have anything to do with allegations that money, potentially billions of dollars, was shuttled through Cyprus and Latvia and Privat Bank that may have wound up somewhere near someone in your family? He should also bring the signed receipt for Hunter Biden, who turned over the computer to the store and signed his name to it. And he should say, whose signature is this, Joe? You want to go on the record? Again, I'm not kidding. If they're going to mute his mic, at least President Trump has props.
All right. Thank you both. Good advice from both of you. Up next, Rapper 50.
Now, it's unclear exactly what they think this is going to prove. I mean, the email they keep citing between Hunter Biden and Joe Biden, and there's been multiple news organizations that have tried to establish its legitimacy. The only thing that has come out was, I guess, in the Post, like a PDF of the email. And I know that NBC, I know that the Washington Post, they have all tried to go to Rudy Giuliani, who somehow has this stuff, and ask to test its validity. Joe Biden has said he never met with the guy that was referenced in this email. But let's be clear. The email was written 6 months after Joe Biden's out of office. He's out of office, so it's unclear what is going on here. Like, what is the crime that's been committed, other than Hunter Biden using his dad's name to open doors for himself, which is no doubt nepotism and problematic. But it's unclear, like, what's this got to do with Joe Biden? I suspect Donald Trump will try and talk about it. I think that's when he says we need foreign policy. That's what he's talking about. It just seems that Donald Trump might be a tough person to make the argument that children should not be trafficking off of their parents' name to enrich themselves.